Don't let the trauma trap you. I just heard a powerful message, and I want to share this with you because it reminded me of why I do what I do. Trauma. Trauma led me to be a transformational life coach. It led me to be a public speaker. It led me to be a change agent. It's just, oh my goodness. So I want to share something with you that stood out for me about trauma. Your mind is where your trauma resides. Based upon what is happening in your mind determines how you're dealing with your trauma. Most of our trauma we buried in our subconscious or unconscious mind. Things are too painful to deal with, or that we don't want to deal with, we buried in our mind. And when you bury things and don't deal with it and don't heal it, it begins to smell and bleed over into your conscious. And it comes out in your conversations and your relationships. How do you deal with things in life? You're not dealing with things based on people. You're dealing with things based on your past trauma. Based on your subconscious mind, this determines how toxic you can be. Because when you don't deal with it, if you have a lot of undealt with trauma in your subconscious and unconscious mind, you could be a toxic person. How many of us can honestly say that we have been or we are a toxic person? Well, you don't know what you don't know. It is imperative to get therapy. It is imperative to talk to somebody about your past trauma. They can help you unpack that trauma. So many times, so many instances, we walk around carrying this stuff consciously and unconsciously. And it spills over into our relationships. It spills over into the things that we say and do or don't do. I am so glad and thankful for my trauma. And I know that sounds crazy, but if it was not for my trauma, I would not be here having this conversation. I would not be the person I am. I wouldn't have accomplished all of these things. Trauma is what made me. I didn't hold on to it. I got help. I release it. I consistently release those things, those thoughts. That pain, that hurt, it's not mine to keep. Why would I want to keep that? And I began to open my mouth. I began to serve. I began to help other people. And the people that you are most equipped to help is the person you used to be. Young ladies are attracted to me, according to my experiences. They reach out to me. I mentor them. I coach them. Women who are struggling with loving themselves and seeing themselves. And they're trapped in toxic relationships. They're always reaching out to me, want to have a conversation. This is not by accident. That painful thing that you made it on the other side of, or that you're making it on the other side of, go back and help that person, somebody else that's going through the same thing. Somebody helped me that went through the same thing. That's why I was attracted to them. Well, you know what? I feel like that person knows me. I feel like that person can help me. And they did. And then I became that person to help somebody else, to help the younger version of me. The things that you're going through are not just for you. It's happening. That stuff is happening so you can help somebody else. Trauma is real. Understanding your trauma. There are a lot of things that we don't understand. A lot. The key to unlocking it is within your mind. Some things we can't control because we're born into a situation. There are some things that you could have not controlled because you were born into that situation. Even though you can't control certain things, you can control how you see them. We can't change We can't change the picture, but we can change the frame. And framing is the way that we look at it. What we believe about it, what we believe about ourselves. Your mind can control how you see certain things. Your mind can control how you see certain things. Did you know your mind has eyes? Upon the way you view your trauma determines how you deal with your trauma. I am so glad and so thankful that I am not still stuck in my trauma, that I'm not still stuck in what happened, that I'm not still stuck in the past. I'm not still stuck in rejection. I'm not still stuck in abuse. I made it out, and I get to go help others out. This is why I show up. This is why I care so much, because I know what it's like to be trapped in the trauma. Don't let the trauma trap you. There's a grace on your life that will free you from the trauma that you've been through. Your trauma is really your reward. If it wasn't for what you went through, you wouldn't have the power that you have in your life today. And you got power. You might have forgotten about it. You might have buried it. You are anointed and powerful because of the pain that you went through. Don't let your trauma trap you. There's a way out. And maybe you can't get out of that by yourself. You don't have to. There's so many people that can help you. Seek a professional. Seek someone who has made it on the other side. I promise you they can help you. Don't let the trauma trap you. I just wanted to share this because it really blew my mind this morning, and I wanted to share it with others. I will be talking about this in more detail at a later date, but I just wanted to just touch the surface of this for now. Thank you for listening.